What does this balanced digital scorecard mean anyway? Aside from being a mouthful, it's a pretty useful heuristic we use in the SEO community to understand and to explain what it takes for a given page to rank in Google. As I already hinted, it goes beyond keywords on a page, fortunately, right? That's how we moved from the era of the 90s and the early aughts with pages that just had the same keyword over and over again, like fire hydrant, fire hydrant, fire hydrant, ranking for, guess what, fire hydrant, and getting more authoritative, appropriate pages that would rank with information about fire hydrants that didn't just say fire hydrant a ton of times. With that understanding in mind, you'll be better able to answer questions of your stakeholders and also frame up for yourself and for your team why you're not ranking for a certain term. Sure, it may be something super frustrating like your own brand name, but if you think about what your brand name means in terms of Skillshare's case, for instance, Skillshare might be a challenging phrase for Skillshare to rank for. As one word, however, a little bit easier to brand. Let's get into exactly what those pillars are and build that understanding of what we need to consider and think about when we're trying to rank for a given term. Okay, so let's break down that balanced digital scorecard. Here, we've got 5 pillars, and these are the pillars that make up the balanced digital scorecard. The first pillar of the balanced digital scorecard is having a technically sound platform. Is my content crawlable and discoverable to Google? Or are we telling Google, don't look at my stuff? If that's the case, then chances are we're not going to be ranking in Google for the terms that we want. The next pillar is content. Are we producing the right kinds of content for our brand? And is it quality content? Would you yourself, or ideally, someone who's actually in your target audience, want to learn and read the content that you're disseminating to the public? The third pillar is audience. Are we doing everything we can to attract more people to our content outside of just writing new stuff? We want to make sure we're disseminating our content beyond just publishing something on our website. That means creating content that folks actually want to click on and explore and possibly link to. Audience also applies to what we're doing on social media and whether we're actually sharing our content there or content about what we're doing, about our company at large with a larger audience, not just hoping that we get more people coming through to us on Google. Our fourth pillar is conversion. Is what we're asking users to do clear? Are there clear calls to action on the appropriate pages, or do we take users by surprise when we ask them to give us information that might seem a little too soon? If we're asking someone to fill out a form with their email address, they should see it coming. And finally, measurement. This actually will not be part of our balanced digital scorecard checklist when we review our website in contrast to our search competitors. However, it's a really important pillar that I want to make sure no one forgets. If you don't already have Google Analytics set up on your website, you're leaving money on the table. You need to be able to track what users are doing on your website, be able to ensure that they're clicking on the things that you think they should be clicking on, and then iterate if necessary. If it seems like users aren't doing the right action or aren't fulfilling the need that you have and the asks that you have of your audiences, then you need to do something about it. So make sure that you have some sort of analytics platform set up on your site, whether it be Google Analytics or another platform, and ensure that it's properly tracking on every page of your website. In today's lesson, we're only going to cover off on platform and content. We'll be here way too long, and you'll be watching a very long video if we cover off on audience and conversion in this one. So let's dive a little deeper into platform and content and see exactly what components make up having a platform that is discoverable and indexable in Google, and then we'll explore the components of content to make sure that we're producing quality content and to make sure that it's also fulfilling a real need with quality content of our users.